Okay, hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Done something different with my thumbnail this time to make it look a little bit more flash, but this is to touch on some of the things I do with economy, and I can't touch on everything. It would make the video far too long, but I will touch on a few things that I do to sort of help with progressing through, and I think my hangar still does pretty good considering, but we'll get into my hangar and we'll have a bit of a look, and we'll go from there. So enjoy the video, guys. Okay, so first on the agenda is A-coins. So the best way for you as a free or low budget player to get A-coins is dead set is tournament. There's no other way around it. That's the best way to do it. The other way to get it is through your Mech achievement tasks. Where have they disappeared? So you can see I've pushed a few of them, but Panthers probably, where are we? All rewards, here we go. So there's another 250 there if I want to keep pushing that. I've kind of got a bit bored with doing the achievement tasks, although I should. But yeah, definitely tournament is the best way to get it. And your little events that pop up in here every now and again. So like, I don't even have one that's got A-coins at the end of it. That one had that. But yeah, those events too. And then you really just have to budget them. So I don't spend my A-coins on weapons that are not going to carry me to the late game stages. So for example, I did not invest A-coins in my Disc Launcher 8s, whereas I did to get my Disc Launcher 12s up to 6-star. The same with the Arc Torrents. I didn't invest A-coins in my Arc Torrent 6s because the Arc Torrent 10s were the late game weapon. Long arms were the same, and then I also have a set of rocket mortars in the background, which I've only bought the rocket mortar 12s. I didn't purchase any other rocket mortar size. So that's how I manage my A-coins. I budget, I pick what I'm going to work on, and then move forward from there. Also, you'll see that my hangar doesn't change. These are the 5 mechs I will run until they've got to the point where they are at 6-star, and then I may purchase another one to work on and change my gameplay. But at this point, this is how my hangar will stay. It's just wasting A-coins trying to build up other mechs. You just never get them to a point where they're actually usable, or you know, you run yourself around in circles. So that's what I do with my A-coins. I purchase what is end game. I work on my 5 builds. I get my skills with my 5 builds, and that's where it ends. So we'll move into a game, and then we'll come back and talk about another resource. Go. Okay, so we have got a couple of new players in our clan that I picked up from our ad that we put on Facebook this week. So there's one of our new players there, and this game is just to show a few of my builds in action. The action that I do with this particular build is not great, as you will see in a minute, in 2 seconds actually, because I'm going to die. But you will notice that the jabs from the AI were already firing before the target locked onto me. So a few sketchy things going on in game lately.
Killing spree. Well done. Double kill. Well done. Humiliation. Well done. Dominating. Well done.
Okay, I will point out that the angry face is not meant. I'm bashing the fire button to try and kill what was actually killing me. So I don't generally try to leave angry faces. We'll point out though that our new player Cheeto is actually doing pretty good. He's picked up a few kills while I'm bashing away as well. So yeah. And there's Carnage. Carnage is having a good crack there too. Always good to help with the old brick house. And Carnage has grabbed one there, and I've managed to sort of save Carnage with the last one. So, good work, Carnage. Okay, so there we go. Done and dusted. All bots killed. I'm up on the top of the podium. Shinto is actually second, and Carnage is chucked up there in third. So nice work, guys. Okay, resource number 2. This is more going to be for my pilots. So there's a couple of things you really can do here. So if you go into the shop for my pilots, and this is more for the we don't want to be there. This is more for the implant side of things. So you'll see I've purchased all the lower end implants, so the rares. I basically just purchase them so I can destroy them and get the parts from them, so I can upgrade the things that I'm using. There are some implants that come up that you probably should really invest in, and there was one with me for Disc Launcher 12, with just not Disc Launcher 12s, but Disc Launchers. The Reload implant, I didn't purchase it, although all the guys in the clan said you need to purchase that. I didn't listen. But yeah, hopefully I will get that in the next, I don't know, 12 months. Anyway, moving on. And where are we? And so, oh, another invite to tournament. No, thank you. Busy recording. So another thing I do with mine is that all of my implants come from the free boxes. Why am I going in there? I'm going in here. And then I will set up my pilots so that they only have the weapon implant, so I can switch them around from mech to mech. Some of the implants that are only rare implants are actually still pretty useful. Like the shotgun range gives me a bit more range, and it's actually quite useful. The arc type one is probably the most useful, or not the most useful, but probably one of the most useful range implants. So you can see here with the range, I get 45%, and at max it comes up at 54%. From memory, and I'd have to look through it, but the Arc Torrent, the legendary implant, only gets 66%. So it works out to be about an extra 5 meters, which is probably not really worth the expense, especially as a low budget or a free player. You'll never max it out for one. When you do, it'll be probably useless, and it'll cost you a fortune. So you're better off just using the rare implant there. What else? So that's with pilots. There's not really much else I can touch on that. I can pick another pilot. Some pilots are sort of better off just sticking to the rare pilot. So you can see my javelins, and the only thing I really liked with the javelin was the reload time and the damage. There is a range extender, but I kind of didn't see the point of it. The javelins I'm not really going to carry to end game. They're on there at the moment, but once I get something else that's better, and once the mech's upgraded to a point where they can use them, the javelins are going to go on the shelf. So didn't really want to build one of my epic pilots to suit javelins, because I'm not going to carry them forever. They will be shelved at some point. Okay, alright, so into the next game, and we'll come back and talk about something else.
2, 1, go. Get out of my way.
Good job.
We have taken the lead. Beacon Hill identified.
Attack now.
Incoming fire. Capture and cover me. Incoming
down. Well done. Double kill. Well done.
Hell yeah, all done! And on top of the podium, and I am not intentionally doing this, but Cheeto's had a good crack, look at that. Okay, so now that we're back here after a couple of games and a fair bit of gas bagging from me, we've got to put up with some more gas bagging from me. And then we'll have another game and then we'll end it. But, what I'm going to talk about here now is just more for the blueprint side of things for your weapons. So, again, I'll use my Zephyr as an example of that. No, I won't. I'll use it. So, for example, my long arm 10s, probably the worst thing you can do as a free or low budget player is come in here and spend the A coins there. It's the most expensive way to buy them, for one. For two, it's just a big waste of A coins. You will get them at some point. You're better off just waiting and focusing on a different build and waiting till you've got the A coins. As a paying player, you don't really need to stress about that because you just buy them. But as a low budget player, you're not really going to get anywhere by doing that. You're going to run out of A coins before you know it. So don't do that. If you are going to purchase, if you are going to purchase blueprints, probably the best way to do that is through the shop. And again, it's sort of just trickle feeding. I did come in here before, but you'll see I've bought my shotgun 8s. That's a credit purchase for starters, and credits is not really an issue for anyone, I don't think. Or if it is, it's because you're smashing through upgrades. I don't tend to smash through upgrades. I do like one a day to get my tasks, and then I just keep my credits there. I like looking at the numbers. But for example, like the javelin racks there, if I was pushing to upgrade them, and I know I did mention before that they'll probably go on the shelf. I don't know. I might keep them. I might not. I don't know. But if I was pushing to upgrade javelin racks, I would purchase the Jav 8 blueprints from there. I wouldn't go and purchase them as a weapon from the weapon. And I can't show you it there. There's 2,500 A coins to upgrade it to show you that, and I'm not doing that. My next thing is the shotgun 8s. So yeah, I won't do that. It's one of the biggest things that people do wrong is just go in there and go, that's 796 A coins, not realizing that that's actually quite expensive to do that way. Just wait. If I'll buy a couple in the end if I really want to push it through, but Just don't go and do that. for a low budget player, that really doesn't help you. That's probably about all I can say about blueprints. Saving boxes is another thing for blueprints. So when those, and I did mention it before, I think I was not happy that I didn't make my shotgun 8 event. I couldn't clear it because I couldn't get the blueprints. So now I'm saving the blueprints. And I'll unbox them when something comes up. So there's a whole bunch of blueprints there I can use. That's pretty much all I can talk about now. I mean, I do like to hear the sound of my own voice, but there's not much else I can really focus on without going into a lot more depth and making the video 2 hours long, and I really don't want to do that. So we'll get into one more game. It was just touching on the blueprints there. But we'll get into one more game and see how we go from there.
3.
Okay, so just a heads up, I do not end up on top of the podium or on the podium at all at the end of this battle. So it's not all about me. I do try to show off my teammates as well.
Speaking captured. Well done. Tracking target. Tracking target. Boom!
Okay, and there we go. All bots killed. And Danger's on top of the map. Puppa's up there on second, and Bunner's up there on third. So, like I said, I do not end up on top of the podium there. But here we are at the end of my little video. I'll just do a little bit of a reiterate. So, basically, with the economy in this game, it's basically a big budget thing. Unless you're a high-paying player, you really need to budget what you're spending. It's kind of like rolls over into real life, because you need to have to budget what you spend in real life. Acorns is definitely the main thing that you really need to budget. So when you earn them, choose wisely what you spend them on. Don't spend them on silly things. Definitely, like I said, spend them on the stuff that carries you to late game. Your blueprints, like I said, only buy them when they're cheap in the deals. And then when you're looking at your pilots, choose your implants wisely with your pilots. There has been a few situations where they've reduced the cost of taking off implants, and that's when I will switch stuff around. But yeah, choose your implants pretty wisely. And like I said, what I do with mine is I choose them so that weapons can be switched from robot to robot, depending on how I'm playing and what the map requires. The implant components or parts or whatever you want to call them, they take a while to get, so try not to waste those either. And the whole thing is just really thinking about what you're spending and what you're budgeting on. So that's probably really the main thing that you really need to do, is just budget. Anyway, guys, I really hope this didn't bore you too much. I know it has been a while since I've made a video, but it has been Easter, so there's been a lot going on. But I hope you really enjoyed it. I hope it has helped a few people to think about how they spend within their hangar. And stay tuned for the next one. The next one may or may not be a controversial video. I hope it doesn't hang me. Enjoy, guys.